Welcome to chaomix. It's actually been a long time since we've had a modern in-game Super Sonic as part of the canon story. Sonic Generations would have been the last time, 11 years ago. Wow. Well, during the Tokyo Game Show, we got a snippet of Super Sonic fighting one of the Titans.
Super Sonic, baby!
Better late than never, right? Actually, this is the same Titan that appeared in the story trailer during this CGI cutscene. You can tell because they have these same tusk-like points at the front of their face pointing down and just the general pattern on their bodies. But the thing that really struck me was that this fight seems to be pretty early on in the game. Sonic is still on the first island, and he also seems to be pretty inexperienced at fighting the Titans at this point. You know, just judging by the way he gets absolutely bodied. So if this is true, what you're telling me is that we get to take control of Super Sonic this early on in the game? It looks like it, and actually this is something that was rumored a while ago. Allegedly, each island has you collecting the 7 Chaos Emeralds to take on the Titans. So yeah, it's like a reoccurring gameplay loop all throughout Sonic Frontiers. This is an idea I'm super down for because yeah, if you give me the opportunity to play as Super Sonic multiple times throughout the game, I'm taking it, no questions asked. But I started thinking more long term and the question of power scaling came up in my mind. If there's nowhere else to go up from Super Sonic, we're gonna be running into some bizarre pacing issues. Like imagine this, we get to the final boss and it's just another Super Sonic fight, basically exactly how we've been doing throughout the entire game already. I think that would be pretty anticlimactic, no? Like, if we're able to go Super Sonic all willy-nilly, at least compared to the other games, it definitely takes away from the novelty of it. It kind of becomes less special because it wasn't saved for the end, you know? But that's why I'm thinking Super Sonic won't be the full potential that Sonic reaches in Sonic Frontiers. No, there's something else. Something that the game has actually been teasing us with for a while now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Cybersonic Theory. This video is made possible by today's sponsor, Vite Ramen. Not many people know this, but I lived in Japan for a brief period of time in college. And because of that, I've become something of a ramen enthusiast. So when returning to the States, I tried to use regular instant noodles to fill the void, but that stuff always left me feeling hungry after an hour, on top of just not being all that good for you. But this is exactly where Vite Ramen has your back. Vite Ramen provides a complete healthy meal that will leave you feeling full and wondering how it tasted so good. Each flavor uses real superfoods designed by a professional nutritionist, which means it's high in protein, up to 31 grams in fact, high in fiber, and uses real ingredients for their broth like chicken, miso, and so on. The noodles are made with things like quinoa, wheat, and real kansui, without any additives like food coloring or any processes like deep frying. Some of the flavors include roasted soy sauce chicken, garlic pork tonkotsu, and beef pho. There's also vegan and plant-based options like white miso and Szechuan chili, which just so happens to be my personal favorite. I love the spiciness of the Szechuan chili and the numbing effect it has on the tongue. Honestly, the only flavor they're missing is chili dog for our favorite blue rat. Vite Ramen, this is a call to action. Please make a chili dog flavor. Thank you. And one of the best parts about Vite Ramen is that it only takes 3 minutes to make. Yeah, not only is it healthy, but it can accommodate even the busiest of lifestyles. Vite Ramen is operated by a small Asian-owned business with the dream of making it so that anyone can eat healthy regardless of their situation. Use the link in my description to get a bundle that gives you $25 of value in free gifts and free shipping in the contiguous USA. And make sure to use code chaomix at checkout for an additional 10% off. Thank you so much to Vite Ramen for sponsoring today's video, and with all that being said, let's continue with today's episode. I do not think Super Sonic will be the full potential that Sonic reaches in Sonic Frontiers. I am almost positive at this point that there will be another form beyond Super Sonic in this game. And this was an opinion I expressed on Twitter not too long ago. One thing I noticed though is that a lot of people's minds immediately went to this ascended form being Hypersonic. Hypersonic's first and only appearance was in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where if you collected all 7 Chaos Emeralds and then used the Master Emerald to transform them into the 7 Super Emeralds, you'd unlock the ability to become Hypersonic, a form very similar to Supersonic, but with the added benefits like unlimited breath underwater, a double jump that insta-kills any enemy on screen, and a super cool rainbow color palette. Hypersonic has been a fan favorite form that unfortunately hasn't made a comeback outside of the game it was featured in. Because according to series director Takashi Iizuka, Hypersonic isn't canon, because the Super Emeralds aren't canon. The Super Emeralds were only added into the game because Sonic 3 and Knuckles had to be split into 2 games at the last second. And apparently, Sonic Team doesn't intend to use them anytime in the near future because of that. At least, maybe that's what they want us to think. I'll admit, it doesn't seem that far-fetched for the Super Emeralds to appear in this game if we're collecting the 7 Chaos Emeralds over and over again. This kind of would be the perfect opportunity to utilize them again. But there's one problem. There's no Master Emerald. Without it, the Emeralds can't become Super in the first place. That would be quite the wrench in this theory if it was true. Because what if I told you that the Master Emerald is in Sonic Frontiers? At this point, this might be kind of a deep cut since we haven't really heard anything about it since it was announced, but Sonic Frontiers is receiving an animated short featuring Knuckles, Angel Island, and the Master Emerald. We see it all right here in this one shot. This is all we know about the animated short so far, but the story is obviously connected to Sonic Frontiers. And people who have played Sonic Frontiers at events have confirmed that Knuckles is in the game. So with the animated short having the Master Emerald, well, I think it's safe to say that it appearing in the game is totally feasible. To add some variety after collecting the 7 Chaos Emeralds over and over again, I could see them having us collect the Super Emeralds near the end to have Hypersonic for the final boss fight. But I think there's something more likely to happen. I believe Sonic is going to get a brand new form unique to Sonic Frontiers. A unique transformation, you say? Impossible. But honestly, it's not as unlikely as you'd think. Sonic X had Dark Sonic, Sonic and the Secret Rings had Darkspine Sonic, Sonic and the Black Knight had Excalibur Sonic, and if you want to count it, there was the Werehog in Sonic Unleashed. Super Sonic isn't Sonic's only ascended form, and it's been this way for quite a while, and I think it's very likely that we'll be getting a new one in this game. In fact, it's something the trailers and teasers have been hinting at this entire time. If you've watched my previous theories, you'll know that I talked a lot about this specific scene from the story trailer with this cyber matter covering Sonic's arm. And if you haven't watched my previous theories, I highly suggest you do, because a lot of this theory builds on ideas I've expressed in these previous theories. Also, I'm proud of them and think they're pretty epic, so you should just check them out anyways. But to briefly summarize, I theorized that Sonic may be getting manipulated by this creepy AI voice as it instructs him how to save his friends. What this AI voice is telling him to do to save his friends may actually be putting the Starfall Islands and Sonic himself in danger. This is even hinted at not only by Sonic's corrupted arm, but also Sage's comment in the story trailer with her saying that Sonic's reckless actions put the world in danger. And because of this specific line, we also theorize that Sage might not even be evil, but just trying to stop Sonic from causing any more harm. Again, check out my Wanderer theory video if you want to know the full details on this insane theory, because honestly, the more we see of this game, the more it looks like this theory might have actually hit the nail on the head. But what's important to this video is how Sonic may be getting manipulated by this AI voice. It seems that this AI is tricking Sonic into doing some bad stuff, which is slowly corrupting him one way or another. This corruption seems to be something that overtakes Sonic the more he progresses while trying to save his friends. And I'm thinking that Sonic will be faced with a moral dilemma of having to choose to either 1, save his friends while inadvertently corrupting the environment and himself, or 2, leave his friends behind and prevent further damage. It's a lose-lose scenario no matter what option he picks, but knowing Sonic, I don't think leaving his friends behind is something he'd do. If saving his friends comes at the cost of being corrupted, well, he might just be crazy enough to actually go through with it. And I think this is exactly what is going to happen throughout the story of Sonic Frontiers. In this scenario, obviously Sonic would gradually become more and more corrupted, eventually to the point of completely succumbing to it. And this is where the brand new transformation would come into play. A form completely corrupted by the cyber matter. One with powers granted from whatever evil this ominous, disembodied AI voice is instructing Sonic to awaken. This form would most likely give the AI full control over Sonic and his newly found powers to fulfill its own evil bidding. Obviously, that's no good for our heroes. But don't fret, because there may be a way for them to turn the tables. Not only do we have Tails, not only do we have Eggman, but we also have Sage, who all have some kind of talent or control over this technology. It's too early and we have too little information to make any kind of specific guess as to what would actually happen in this scenario, but I have a vague idea on how this could potentially play out. With the AI and cyber matter being technology-based, I can definitely see one or maybe even all of these characters working out a solution to break Sonic free from this AI's control. Also keep in mind, we have the Chaos Emeralds and even the Master Emerald in play during the events of this story. There may be a way for the Chaos Emeralds and Master Emerald to neutralize this form's evil influence, and possibly give Sonic the ability to fully control this power. But that's just one possible outcome to spawn from this scenario, and that's even if this scenario comes about in the first place. But either way, I have a very strong feeling we'll be getting some kind of new transformation in Sonic Frontiers. They're bringing out Super Sonic way too early, so to keep a good pacing with the game, they're gonna have to up the ante by the end. And by using the hints that the game has been giving us so far, it most likely relates to the cyber matter slowly taking over Sonic. I am very excited to see how this turns out because I've been itching for a new Sonic form for a very long time. Anyways, if you liked the video, leave a fat like and subscribe for more content similar to this. In the comments below, let me know how likely you think it is that we'll be getting a new form. And to take that discussion even further beyond, make sure to join our community Discord. I'll leave the link to that in the description. And with all that being said, I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Peace.